All right, guys, we got what seems to be the closest we're ever going to get to a report saying that Giannis is definitely getting traded. The new one from Shams. You've seen it. And you've seen everybody else talk about it. Could be by the deadline in a little bit here. Could be the offseason. Now, before I do all this, we can't forget about this calf strain that Giannis just had, where I still can't find an official diagnosis. We're still going off of Giannis just assuming he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, and that brought on a whole bunch of opinions from people. It's possible that would shift this more to the offseason. How concerned should we be with a guy of Giannis's size and how he moves having these repeated calf injuries? Because he just had one, a month and a half ago? And I'll say now, when I'm looking at potential teams here, granted I always do this, probably too much, but there's something that's not perfect with a lot of these teams. They don't have all their future picks, or in the Knicks case, it requires the Blazers to cooperate, or I guess any third team to cooperate, but people are bringing up the Blazers a lot. If I was the Blazers, I would not help the Knicks. We'll get to it. And this is the thing that I'm thinking about the most throughout all this. The Bucks are still out a good amount of their own future picks, right? And while they don't control this year's pick, they can still get a high pick just because it's them or the Pelicans. The Hawks get the better of those two, but if both the Bucks and the Pelicans are bad, which they are, then okay, you're still going to get a high pick. You're just not going to get the better of those two. But granted, with the new lottery odds, hoping that both picks are high is a little iffy, which is why if Giannis doesn't get dealt at the deadline, I don't know how much of him we really see the rest of this season. Which does create a funny alternative of, well, if he does get traded, how much do we see him? You know what, whatever. And so then the question becomes, well, could the Bucks potentially get some of their own future picks back? That's where the idea of the Blazers comes in, with Giannis ending up with the Knicks. I mean, we all did the Hawks have the Bucks pick thing for 4 seconds, but it just seems like Atlanta's out. And yeah, I mean, if you've looked around at all, you've seen a lot of ideas of the Blazers getting in on this. There's been some reporting the Blazers want Mikal Bridges. The Blazers have the swap rights, or they have control over the Bucks' future picks down the road, a few of them from the Dame trade. Anyway, if I'm the Blazers, no, I'm not trading the Bucks their own picks back so I can get Mikal Bridges. These Bucks picks are a gold mine, and you want me to give them up to help the Knicks get Giannis? If I'm considering trading these picks, can I get Giannis? And also, the Knicks still cannot offer a bunch of unprotecteds for Giannis. They can offer swap rights, but this is Giannis. I want all the unprotecteds. It would end up with Cat and Milwaukee, most likely. Again, the Blazers have to cooperate. If I was them, I would not do it. And also, the Bucks just don't have their pick next year at all. There's no swap. There's no better, or they get the worst of it. They just don't have it next year. That's super brutal given everything right now. Anyway, more teams. Look, Miami only has so many draft picks they can actually offer. Pat Riley there was a report saying that Pat Riley's confident he can get Giannis. Listen, how many times now have we seen Miami in the news for somebody, and besides getting a heist on Jimmy that one time, they've pretty much not done it. I think they can offer 2 unprotecteds that start in the 2030s, and then it's a whole bunch of swaps. And then some version of, I don't know, Hero, Khalil Ware, maybe Jaquez, Jovic, whatever you want to do with all that. But given that it's not that many unprotecteds, I would be surprised if that was the best offer the Bucks got. People have thought about the Warriors. Look, the Warriors, they can offer not as many future firsts as they want because of this one protection thing they're caught up in, but they can offer a lot of unprotected picks. And you can get there money-wise. I don't think the Bucks view any of the Warriors players as somebody they can then turn into more picks. Draymond is just going in the wrong direction here. Kuminga, we know what Kuminga's market is. And while it's heartless to bring this up because we all just felt very bad for Jimmy, other people have said it, so I'm not going to act like it's not a possibility. Yeah, they could try to use Jimmy's money, but Jimmy, nobody's going to want Jimmy's contract. Yeah, they're all short-term deals, but that's about it. Next up we have, so I don't even know if the Raptors have been that hard in the rumors for Giannis, but when you look at good teams with available picks to trade, they're a team. They have had some rumor stuff going on about an RJ and Pirtle trade for Sabonis, and I think a lot of that deal is financial because Sabonis is just, his contract is shorter than Pirtle's, and while RJ has been good for them, you wonder if a RJ extension would be coming. I think Raptor fans mostly hate it because they really like RJ, and Sabonis, while good, just is overpaid. But his deal is shorter than Pirtle's. Would throw a monkey wrench into their top 5 defense. But if you're looking for teams that can get there financially, have all of their picks, and are good, the Raptors are right there. Now, the basketball fit is kind of fascinating when you think about a Giannis and Scotty Barnes thing, because they're similar frameworks of players. It's just Giannis is the Charizard version, but it's 2 big wings who want to get to the basket and are not shooting jumpers at all. Or they're not 3-point shooters. You know what I'm trying to say. And if you were going to have like a Scotty Giannis CMB, like you might just have too many guys who, while good, just don't shoot jumpers. Raptor fans probably don't want to do this. I think Raptor fans would be like, nah, we're good. Like we got all our picks. They turned it around. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. The other idea is you would trade Scotty for Giannis. They're not doing that. The Rockets are good and they got a bunch of picks, but the last report I saw was that they're not interested. So okay. But if they wanted to, they could get there. They would have to sacrifice some of this cushy position that they're in big picture wise. I mean, the team itself, honestly, I don't know how many more times I can say Rockets crunch time offense until the playoffs begin. But big picture wise, yeah, I mean, like they're young, have a whole bunch of picks. They didn't have to give Şengün a max. They're doing pretty great. Same thing with the Spurs. They technically could, but you'd be sacrificing, again, some of the cushy position you're in. Stephon Castle has not been good lately. And I do think the big question with them is now shifting more towards teams are just going to dare these guards to make jumpers in the playoffs. But they're in just such a nice position with how young they are and the assets they've got and everything. It's like, you could technically do it, but I don't know. And yes, Wemby and Giannis is an amazing fit. We all know that. For some out of left field teams, you think Karnisovas with the Bulls would call up the Bucks and just be like, take every pick we have? I don't think that'll happen. I'm just talking. Look, I don't know, man. Somebody's going to trade a whole bunch of stuff for Giannis. The Bucks are going to get a lot back. I just don't know what their own draft pick situation is going to be after the trade's over, whether it's in a week or in the offseason.